Hi, everybody. Well, I guess I can count myself lucky because out of 156, oh, wait a minute, I got to add on to this now, 157 cruises because I just came off another one. Out of all the flying that I've done all over the world during this time, I've never lost a suitcase. Until now. That's right. As of right now, suitcase is MIA. Still haven't heard anything back yet from Air Canada. And again, I'm not blaming Air Canada. I have a feeling this was the other airline, Aer Lingus, didn't get it to the Air Canada flight on time, but it really was a short connection in Brazil. As I mentioned in my main video yesterday, I had to run to catch that cruise ship, and I was literally the last person getting on the flight. That's how close it was to getting there. But yeah, 157 cruises. Imagine how many flights that is. And that's not to mention the hotel stays I've gone to, the land trips I've done, the visiting of friends I've done, the business trips I've done for the company, etc., etc. I've never lost a suitcase. I've never had a suitcase not get off the plane with me. I must be one of the luckiest people in the world for that, because I hear those horror stories all the time. Remember when they were losing the luggage left and right last summer, everywhere. I went to Europe, I went to, over to the West Coast, the East Coast, Florida. I flew everywhere. I went out to Australia. Never had a bag go missing until this trip. And it's funny because suitcase, it could still show up, right? They can track it and find it. Hopefully it shows up because I have a lot of things in there I don't want to lose. First of all, I bought some things. I'll bring that up later because if they don't come back, then I don't want to bring it up. Because I bought some things, I want to do something for the channel. I bought some things on the cruise. So I'll keep you informed on that. But I have my good suits on there. I have my expensive shoes on there for my business trips, stuff like that. And even little things that you don't think of until you get back to your house and you go, oh yeah, it's in my suitcase. Something as simple as, oh yeah, I tossed my toothpaste and deodorant into the bag to take with me. I have an extra toothbrush, I just don't have any toothpaste. So I had to stop by the grocery store and pick up a lot of essentials that are just around that you would normally have. Your razor blade, things like that. Little things like that, just so I can shave this morning. I also had one of the worst headaches I've had in a long, long time on this trip getting back. Probably because of the sniffles and still getting over the flu when I was on the ship. Not to mention 28 hours of flying and traveling and being sent to the wrong airport and running to catch the things. It all kind of stress and gives you a headache. Well, my Tylenol was in my suitcase. So I couldn't even take a Tylenol to help get rid of the headache. So I had to run back to a pharmacy and pick that up. It's funny what you forget that you throw in your suitcase until it goes missing. Now, the important stuff, obviously, my passport and my money and my wallet and my credit cards are never out of my reach. They are always on me at all times. Even my cameras and things like that, I load into my backpack. My backpack, when I first leave to go on a cruise, weighs close to 50 pounds because I put, it would hit the weight limit if I put it on the scale at the airport, where my suitcase won't. That's because it has multiple cameras in it, it has a tripod in it, it has all my documentation in it, it has all my cables, my computer, my laptop, my extensions, my portable hard drives, etc., 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 all in that. And so that never leaves my side, ever. But I got a $700 suit, I got $300 shoes, I got all my good clothes that I wear when I like my fun clothes that people gave me, you know, with fun sayings and things like that, things that people are used to seeing me in and everything. It's in that suitcase. It's in suitcase. And suitcase has gone missing. And now I have to find her and bring him back, because this is, you know, and kind of an ironic thing. One of my first jobs I ever had when I was a young lad, around 20 years old, was a courier in Ottawa. Back when couriers were big, you know, there was no fax machines back then, or computers and email, so people were sending packages and letters and everything, documentation to get signed all over the place. That was a courier. A courier had a big job back then. There were lots of smaller companies. And one of my jobs was going to the airport and picking up people's luggage that didn't make it in time and driving it to their houses. So technically, had I still been doing that, I would have been able to take my own package and bring it to myself, because now it's finally happened. I used to say, wow, this is crazy how many bags go missing and are late and etc. like that. Never ever think it happens to me. I really don't, because it hasn't. Even during the worst times last year, when you saw, you know, thousands of suitcases in Southampton and that were just piled up, you know, at Heathrow Airport, just not going anywhere. And I flew into Heathrow and there was my bag, no problem. There was no issue. And so you know, I even went and bought those air tags so I can track it and everything. And by the way, I've tried to track them again, and it kind of just says North America right now. It doesn't, it's almost like the tags are someplace where the bags aren't, and that's a concern. So we'll see what happens. Maybe it's just the area where it is that can't get through to a signal yet. And so I'm hoping that's what it is, and I'm hoping within the next day or so I hear from Air Canada saying, when would you like to have suitcase brought home? And I would say just bring them home right now, because it's funny, all the things that you have in your, just throw in your suitcase, you don't even think about it until you don't have it anymore. Until you don't, I have no toothpaste this morning. Oh, I got no deodorant. What the heck? It's just kind of funny.